Hey everybody, John Sherman, Creative Director of VC Productions. Today we're going to talk about lighting. Okay, I've killed all the lights in here and I'm going to show you the effect of properly using a key, a fill, a backlight, and a hair light, and how that's going to impact and increase the quality level of your video. As a general principle, the things you're trying to do is create soft, directional, even lighting throughout the space. Let's start with the key light. So with the key light, I've got a nice diffuse light coming in from a high angle down on my face. It's got a big chimera on it, or a big piece of diffusion, so it's got a nice wrap. But you'll notice there's still gonna be some dark shadows on this side, and that's where our fill light comes in to kind of fill in that space. Let's give that a shot. All right, now I've introduced a fill light. So that's filling in the shadows on the other side of my face, which is creating this nice even wash. The fill light is slightly dimmer than my key light, so it does still create some dimension. And that's really the objective there. Really important between the two, they are the same color temperature. So I've got a daylight balanced on this one, I've got a daylight balanced on this one. So while I'm evenly lit, my background is pretty dark. Now that's fine for a cinema camera like I have here in the tripod, but if you're using the automatic exposure settings that are on your FaceTime and your Zoom calls, those cameras are gonna be really struggling to figure out the proper settings for your videos. So what I'm gonna do right now is introduce a backlight light. This is something I'm shooting up against the ceiling to bounce light nice and diffused and even over the entire background of my set. So once I've introduced this backlight, it really evens out the background and the foreground, which is going to make it a lot easier for any camera you're using that's on automatic settings. Finally, and this is sort of a pro tip, is a hair light. I'm going to introduce a light which is up here in the corner. It's going to just shoot right on the back of my hair. You can even take it up a notch by adding colors to it. I've got a little amber diffused filter in there, which is just going to create this little orangey effect in my hair that I think is going to up the level and really create dimension now, separating me from my background. And there you have it. We've got our key light, our fill light, our backlight, and our hair light. These are things that I'm using right now, probably $300 to $3,500 worth of equipment. These are all bi-color, dimmable LED Fresnel lights and flat panel lights with different chimeras and filters to get the effect that we're getting right now. But a lot of this is available to you at home if you just try to introduce lamps with diffused light on them, maybe throw some wax paper on them to really soften that light and make sure that the color temperatures are all even throughout the space. Hitting all those key points, even soft light with the proper color temperature, is going to really up your game and elevate your video production.